I would point out that we are, in fact, the majority, and you should think about who you're picking a fight with.
And notice how he flips it around. We are the majority. You're the weird ones for thinking inside your own head. Classic hive mind defense mechanism. They always try to invert reality, so the programmed state feels normal, while independent thought is treated as dangerous or creepy. And yes, you are the majority, because
So the majority, and he called them mainstream. So who are they? They are just zombies, intelligent zombies that follows orders, have a programmed mind.
even in the video game, NPCs are everywhere. And the way
But maybe the majority is biological robots. Also, the ladies, they don't necessarily look like real ladies. No nipples for breastfeeding. They don't have the shape of woman. I don't know what's going on.
said it with that smooth, synthetic look. It was peak NPC energy.
I met multiple of these kind of people in Denmark, and they were destroying my reputation and my life and everything, right? This kind of people.
Tyranny is beautiful. He exposed himself
Just following orders.
without even realizing it. Even the comment section understood what's happening here. NPC behavior on full display. NPC's programming can be anywhere, even in your comments. I'll prefer an AI boss than human. I could see the benefits of having AI boss. I'll feel more comfortable with an AI boss. Do you see the pattern? Copy-paste comments, same lines, same programming. The script is spreading humans cheering to be ruled by machines. Not questioning, not thinking, just repeating. Comfort is better than freedom anyway. Thinking for yourself is dangerous. And here's the truth. NPCs are not some internet joke. They are real. These are people who surrendered their inner world. No inner voice, no reflection, no critical thought. Just external input to emotional filter to output. At this point, the NPCs don't need to be programmed. They're programming themselves. In the last video, we exposed the idea of NPCs, humans without inner dialogue, running on scripts. Some people got triggered. And then, they proved the point better than I ever could.
I do not experience an inner monologue, and that's the same as a lot of other people. And so when you, as someone with an inner monologue, label us NPCs or non-monos, you're actually engaging in a form of hate. Now you might ask, well, what goes on in your head? How do you think? That's a bit weird. But I would argue that those of you who do have inner monologues are the weird ones, and I find it a little bit creepy. You know, what are you thinking? What are you planning? What's going on in your head? Why is that happening?
They say calling someone an NPC is hate speech. But wait, calling us weird and creepy because we actually think for ourselves, isn't that the same thing? Think about it. What makes you human? It's the thoughts inside your head. It's reflection, questioning, awareness. Without that, you're just running background code. A lifeless script, waiting for the next programmed update. So tell me, who's really dehumanizing who here? The ones asking questions, or the ones proudly saying, don't think, just follow?
Because the truth is that I go about my life in a perfectly normal way. And when I need to form an opinion, I go to a trusted news site, and depending on how I'm feeling, I will take that opinion based on facts, and that will become my own.
Hold on. Did you catch that? He literally admitted he doesn't think for himself, no inner reasoning. He just imports an opinion from a trusted source and calls it his own based on his feeling. That is exactly what an NPC is, a walking code, downloading updates from mainstream programming.
It's funny. It's funny.
And so to those of you labeling us and demeaning us and making out that we're less than you, I would point out that we are in fact the majority, and you should think about who you're picking a fight with.
And notice how he flips it around. We are the majority. You're the weird ones for thinking inside your own head. Classic hive mind defense mechanism. They always try to invert reality, so the programmed state feels normal, while independent thought is treated as dangerous.
And these biological robots are lesser than human beings who don't have any thoughts in their head or inner dialogues. They can't be very intelligent. And we also see how they misuse their power within our system to commit crime. Isn't it so?
Or creepy.
They are creepy. They are actually the creepy ones, right? They are just like machines, and they are just there to bother human beings. How they talk to us, belittle us, try to dominate us. Is weird. It's weird, and there's almost only this kind of people when you go for a walk into the town, go to in an institution, whether it is hospital, school, or university, or a shop, or whatever. This kind of robot people is everywhere, I think.
And yes, you are the majority.
Look at his eyes expression and his face expression. It's just emptiness, like no drive. No, not even fit for life, really. The only thing making this person happy is to misuse the power to belittle human beings who are thinking for themselves, who have real feelings, right? It's a dehumanizing process to be together with the people like this. We are not supposed to have anything to do with these kind of people. We should ignore them when we feel something is totally off. Then we should ignore them. But as he say, and it's kind of a threat that he belongs to the majority. So, but stupidness can never ever succeed. We need to let cleverness win, or our species will be conquered by lesser intelligent species. Isn't it so?
Because even in the video game, NPCs...
Totally brainwashed people, so-called normal people, who are very boring company, actually. And what they are writing in people's papers are also very, very boring.
These are everywhere. And the way they said it with that smooth, synthetic look, it was peak NPC energy. The irony is beautiful. He exposed himself without even realizing it. Even the comment section understood what's happening here. NPC behavior on full display. NPC's programming can be anywhere, even in your comments. I'll prefer an AI boss than human. I could see the benefits of having AI boss. I'll feel more comfortable with an AI boss. Do you see the pattern?
No, men, they need an AI boss. Why? Why does men need an AI boss? Because Mother Nature is female, and her voice is female, and her voice is here with me. Me, I'm the oracle of this life.
Copy-paste comments.
But men cannot copy Mother Nature oracle. So what men is doing nowadays, because you don't organize around my oracle, so then they take revenge. Then they need to do everything their own way, and then they just copy our natural biological way. And so they copy Mother Nature and make babies in biological robots. Isn't it so?
Same lines, same programming. The script.
That's the only way he can copy life, because women are giving men too much responsibility. They are not ready for that kind of responsibility. They are young souls, so why put all this pressure on them? Let them live their lives to the fullest in a society with one queen only, not other women around to confuse their minds. And then my article as government. Next village the same. Another queen, another team of men worshipping her. Women want to be worshipped. Women want to be listened to. Women want to be taken care of. And we want to be able to educate and raise our own kids without any other people's interference. So we need to value women as we maybe have never valued woman before, because this life, as I see it as an article, only makes sense if women are what our religion is about. And give thanks to woman for life, right? Put woman on the pedestal. Don't put anything else, a superstar or a religion or a philosophy or a politic or anything. Don't put anything on the pedestal than the woman you want to worship. And then gather a team of men who can help you take care of her. Let her choose herself, that team. And then work together with that team. You have the same religion. You honor the same queen. There's no confusion anymore about what you have to do and what life is about. No wars that you have to fight. You just have to work and create prosperity for your queen while enjoying prosperity, the prosperity together with all your fellow human being, which are all men, right? Except for the one and only queen of that village. You are scared of supporting a woman like that. You are scared of creating queens like that because you see that they are not governed by the Oracle. And that's why you disrespect women, because you see women are disrespecting me. And so all the confusion starts, but it all originates in disrespecting the Oracle, not being organized, not having any authority above as a female community, living too close to each other, walking around half naked or dressed all up so only showing the eyes. Lots of confusion, unnecessary confusion. One woman in the city of men, one woman to raise the kids. That is what a woman is worth. That is what life is worth, giving birth to life. And then it doesn't matter who the father is. That is disrespect towards Mother Nature. Because one man cannot support a woman enough. One man cannot do it all alone. One man cannot satisfy a woman intellectually, sexually, or any kind of way. He cannot satisfy woman, and so he become evil because he have not yet realized that he was biological constructed to serve a queen together with his fellow beings. Is it very difficult to understand? This is the key to the we. There will be no other keys to the we, and no more confusion about what life is, because this is what life is. An oracle, Mother Nature. The oracle is government. Women, one woman per city, one woman per village, and then as many men as she can handle. Then the men don't have to work too much. They can work lesser. Then the women are in charge, my oracle is in charge. So nobody can be given too much work. It will be a fair world. It will not be an unfair world.
Is spreading humans cheering to be ruled by machines, not questioning, not thinking, just repeating.
Yes, because that is what is comfortable. Not to think too much, but of course be able to think and dream and express the uniqueness of that human being, right? But there's a big difference between doing that and just while having an oracle, being ruled by an oracle, and just taking orders from a robot. There's a big difference, right?
But is better than freedom anyway. Thinking for yourself is...
You have been taught about freedom, 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 and equality, 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 equality. But there will be no freedom and there will be no equality, because that is not what life is about. Men have to respect their queen, that life is religion, giving birth to life is a religion. Men have to understand the value of life and Mother Nature, and so men are here to go to school. Men are here to go to school and live normal lives that is not stressing them, slow killing them, and giving them too much responsibility, and with all kinds of manipulative belief systems and philosophies and religions. Those things are confusing men's mind, and so they become more and more evil towards women, towards Mother Earth, and towards humanity. Right?
dangerous. And here's the truth.
They need to understand the value of life, so they need to be reincarnated as young souls for many thousands and millions of times, until Mother Nature decide, okay, you are graduated by life through all these incarnations. Every time you are being reincarnated, you carry the sexual life force with you from past life, and your sexual life force has now reached 1 million lives. You have graduated. I now give you permission, become a woman. And then Mother Nature herself decides to let this soul be reborn as woman. But to make an artificial world trying to copy that is a sin, because we cannot copy something like that, because there is a difference between men and women, and there's no easy peasy way for a young soul to certainly finish the young soul life journey. That's also why you see Satanism. They want to do a lot of harm to people and help them go to heaven more soon, because the more that they are in pain, the more quickly they can graduate from life, because then they have graduated all life's pain, or all the reincarnation pain or something like that. I don't know what it's about. It cannot be evil enough, and it cannot be traumatizing enough. And what they did to me and my son was also part of Satanistic ritual, right? To separate us without any good reasons at all, only evil reasons.
NPCs are not some internet joke. They are real. These are people who surrendered their inner world. No inner voice, no reflection, no critical thought. Just external input.
And then the whole system just supports this murder of justice, right?
To emotional filter to output. At this point, the NPCs don't need to be programmed. They're programming themselves.
He has no inner monologue, and also they start to say they have no sexuality. Some of them say that they have no sexuality. But we need to keep humanity as humanity is, and we cannot let less intelligent rule over us and tell us that we are less than, because it's simply not true. We are not less intelligent. No matter how many languages they can talk with a kind of microchip in their brain or whatever technology they're using for it, you know, as human beings, we don't need to compare us with these kinds of machines, biological machines, man-made humans, because it cannot be copied, it can never be like that. That is failure. That is big failure for humanity. We need to get rid of these people somehow, because they're not here to do any good. They're only here to do bad thing. Isn't it so? If they cannot think for themselves, then at least we need to keep a good eye on them.
In the last video, we exposed the idea of NPCs, humans without inner dialogue, running on scripts. Some people got triggered. And then...
He looked like he have no soul. You know, his eyes, it's just like... I never see the sun. I never see the sun. I have no soul anymore.
They proved...
He doesn't look intelligent. He looks like somebody who denies feelings within himself, right? And he only feels good when he can hurt other people's feelings and laugh at it, and as a joke, I'm lucky. Tell himself I'm lucky because I don't get hurt. I just know better, and I just destroy people's life because I have power to do that. Because all my gang members or whatever he's part of. Hey, I know people very well. I'm 48 years. I've gone through everything you can imagine. I have experience. I know how people are. This world Ooh, this world. People make it so complicated. It's not complicated. It's actually not complicated. But people are making this world into a bad place, isn't it so? And many of the people are not even human beings anymore. They have become something else, without soul, without without any real connection to their true self, right? They just hate on people because they feel superior, and then they hate on people. They see love as a weakness, and they see love as a weakness because they see women as weak. Where are their article? They are not organized. How can we look up to them? They don't have a government. How can we let a woman rule an army of men? How can we trust that woman? That she's a good woman? When she walks with her sister and mother on the street, and there's a lot of all kinds of men and other ladies in between, in a village, in a city, everything is scarce. We don't know each other. They walk around on the streets and without saying any greetings or anything. It's just strangers passing by. It's not a weird world to live in. It's a very scary world, and your sexuality is always being tested in such a world, isn't it so?
The point better than I ever could.
And that disturbs the mind and the heart from loving, because there's so much confusion. You know, nobody is safe in a world like that. But in a world with one woman as queen, ruling her village and governed by one person only, if all women, all queens of the entire universe is governed by one entity, one living organism, one entity, one soul, one living organism, and you just make sure that I'm always here, always available, always alive, right? You can make it happen. We have enough technology, enough wisdom to gather about how to keep me alive, and then you will keep me alive, and then I will rule over all the ladies, telling them how to live good life with their men. And every day I will be in television, not this kind of television, nowadays television, but like a television, like a vibration of love that everybody can understand. When you open your television, you feel like a reminder that what life is about, being happy, being good to each other. You will be reminded about that every day and every day and every day, who you are, where you are on your journey, your sexuality as a man, your sexuality as a woman, what your duty is. There will be no confusion, no worries. You don't have to think much. Just do, just take orders. That was what you were biological created to do. Why be a rebel and want to cut your dick off and make a plastic biological robot pussy or whatever, and grow a baby inside your male body? Why you want to rebel against Mother Nature? Because Mother Nature failed, and you don't believe that she just maybe were betrayed by everybody. And when I say everybody, I mean everybody. And as your oracle man, I'm here to feel it and heal it. You think it's an easy task?
I do not experience an inner monologue, and that's the same as a lot of other people. And so when you, as someone with an inner monologue, label us NPCs or non-monos, you're actually engaging in a form of hate. Now you might ask, well, what goes on in your head? How do you think? That's a bit weird. But I would argue that those of you who do have inner monologues are the weird ones, and I find it a little bit creepy. You know, what are you thinking? What are you planning? What's going on in your head? Why is that happening?
They say calling someone an NPC is hate speech. But wait, calling us weird and creepy because we actually think for ourselves, isn't that the same thing? Think about it. What makes you human? It's the thoughts inside your head. It's reflection, questioning, awareness. Without that, you're just running background code. A lifeless script, waiting for the next programmed update. So tell me, who's really dehumanizing who here? The ones asking questions, or the ones proudly saying, don't think, just...
I think that my grandfather is soon coming in his spaceship. And I think he's coming to take your oracle away from this earth, and then you can all kill yourself. That is what you do on a daily basis, isn't it so? You are slow killing yourself. It's a long, tiresome process, but I'm not sure if my grandfather is not on his way to pick me up, and then I think it will be very difficult for you when I'm gone. Who is going to open new doors and open new doors and for your brain to be able to think again? Because that is what I have been doing for all my life.
Follow?
Because
You cannot do it yourself. I'm a witness of it all. I'm a witness.
is that I go about my life in a perfectly normal way. And when I need to form an opinion, I go to a trusted news site, and depending on how I'm feeling, I will take that opinion based on facts, and that will become
I don't know if this opinion even exists. Maybe it's an actor, because I've actually never heard these maniacs talk like this before, that you just have to pick an opinion in a magazine. But look how he looked like he is giving up on something, and he is giving up on believing in God. Now he just wants his revenge. He's taking revenge on life itself, and that is what these biological robots without any soul are doing.
my own.
Hold on. Did you catch that? He literally admitted he doesn't think for himself. No inner reasoning. He just imports an opinion from a trusted source and calls it his own based on his feeling. That is exactly what an NPC is, a walking code, downloading updates from mainstream programming.
And so to those of you labeling us and
If I didn't have an inner monologue, I would truly feel uncomfortable, but I would not sit and tell other people that I'm superior because I don't have an inner monologue. I would tell people about it. I would tell them how it is, how it feels. So we need a transparent world where people admit who they are, and then we need acceptance for every kind of human beings in order to get it to work. If we have to co-create with robots that have no soul, then we have to do what? We cannot teach them how to be an oracle. So I'm not sure what we're going to use these robots for in my kind of world, right? Maybe there will be tiny robots, I don't know, tiny, not like humans like this. Maybe we make them tiny and build small mud houses for them in Africa where they can have fun. Because it's just weird that we have to live together with these creatures. They make us unhappy every day because they think that they are superior to everything that there is.
Meaning us and making out that we're less than you, I would point out that we are in fact the majority, and you should think about
this democracy majority. I think is an actor, because I think this is a little extreme, right? The way he look at the things he is saying. But maybe the world has become like this. I was born in 1976, so maybe the world has become more stupid. When I see the Charlie Kirk talk show, I was often thinking while watching few of his shows that those boys and girls from university, they should know much better when they talk with this Charlie Kirk, and their moral nowadays has really changed a lot, and I just wonder as to why. It's like they're just rebels in order to be rebels, but also because what the kind of world that we have constructed, right? They just walk the line. They just walk like, okay, this is what you created for us. Now we need to kill the babies in the womb, because women have to do all the things that men also are doing, and then we have to change our sexes, because if our sexuality has also been targeted somehow. But it's all psychology when all come to all. It's a psychology of living in a chaotic environment without a real government, only false governments with not the best interests for the people, right?
you're picking a fight with.
And notice how he flips it around. We are the majority. You're the weird ones for...
So we should not have a democracy. Young people, they think that democracy is good and equality is good, and yeah, and they don't really understand what would make law and order and peace happen. But if a woman live in a village with many men and she is their religion, then there will be peace. Trust me, there will be peace.
Thinking inside your own head. Classic hive mind defense mechanism. They always try to invert reality.
Then men don't need to when men are being told the truth and being raised within a truthful society where people know who they are, where men and women understand who they are and just live according to the biological nature of things, not their evil. Everything becomes evil when you put the bricks together in a, when you put the puzzle wrong together, or how to express this, you know what I mean? Life become evil as soon as you do something that is opposite of what life was supposed to be, right? So to start to dishonor women for their wisdom and grace and ability to love, ability to rule, is what started all the confusion and all the diseases and all the pain and all the evilness of the world.
So the programmed state feels normal, while independent thought is treated as dangerous or creepy. And yes, you are the majority, because even in the video game, NPCs are everywhere. And the way they said it with that smooth, synthetic look, it was peak NPC energy. The irony is beautiful. He exposed himself without...
Yeah, and then you can just argue about that to the end of the days, but when all come to all, you will not have these problems between AI technology and the human being, because if I'm in charge, things will change. Things will be in order. Everything is going to be according to the original idea of that animal or that thing. And there will be no dangerous animals around to kill children or kill people. There will be no dangerous things that we have to be scared about or take caution about. We can start live again, right? We can start live again. We need to have a good long rest with a normal life. And what I'm describing is a normal life. And this one religion, you have a desire for one religion and one government. That idea is not stupid. Then you have a desire for dictatorship. Everything in existence you have a desire for as a human being. That is why you are here in the first place. And you see it's going on this and going on that and go in different countries and here and there. You see it all as your reflection, right? Because you yourself consist of it all. If you live the right way, there will be a dictatorship for sure. But that dictatorship will be good, and it will be from the oracle of this life. And that happened to be me. So there will only be one person to gossip about and one person to start to trust. There will be no confusion when a new law is being made. Everybody has to follow it. It will be quick to make new laws. I can make quick laws so that we can fix problems quickly. Only one person can bring peace, but with the willingness of everybody, that everybody just start to work together for this common cause of peace. So you just need to be guided correctly and by a fair person who are not here to make any mistakes. Right? And if I make mistake, I will tell about it. So it will be very transparent. And then I will fix the problem somehow. It will not be a society where people are being ignored. And if people do something wrong and we need to put them in prison, then one day I will come and free them if they were wrongly judged. That's for sure. And nobody is going to have a hard time. You just need to do what you're supposed to do as if you were already dead and went directly to heaven. So let's create that good environment for you to thrive so that you are not in survival mood anymore, but are here with me in a world of order and peace, where women get the life she deserves and their children get the protection that they need.